Hello. Today I want us to look at how we use the past simple negative and questions. Past simple questions and negatives. Past simple questions and negative. All right. Now, during our last lesson, we said that verbs that are regular, or the verbs that we call regular verbs, take ed in their simple past, and also the same in their past participle. But for irregular verbs, we say that those verbs change in a completely different way. They change in a completely different way. For example, we said buy changes to bought in the simple past and bought in the past participle. Catch becomes caught in the past simple and caught in the past participle. Cut does not change, bust does not change. So now today, I want us to look at how we make or how we use the past simple in negatives and questions. So let's begin with the past simple negatives. Past simple negatives. Now, I want you to look at this. Here we are going to have a positive statement, and here we are going to have the negative statements of the same. Such that, for example, if I say, I played, that's yesterday. Now the negative will be, I didn't play. I didn't play. So you find that the verbs takes its simple present tense. Don't say I didn't play. No, it's I didn't play. Okay. We started. Maybe we started someone. The negative will be we didn't start. We didn't start. Alright? We started, we didn't start. Good. Now, you watched. It's another example. Maybe you watched a movie. The negative will be you didn't watch. You didn't watch a movie. So look, the verb does not change when we have the negative. In that manner. Okay? So, now, let's look at, maybe we can look at more examples. They had, for example, you can say, they had a phone, or they had a book. Now the negative will be they didn't have. They didn't have a book. So the simple present of had is have. Alright? He saw, he didn't saw. He didn't see, sorry. He saw, he didn't see. He didn't see. So the verb will go back to its infinitive form. She did, she didn't do. She did, you say, she didn't do. She didn't do. So the verb goes back to its infinitive form when you place it in the negative form. Alright? It went. In the negative will say, it didn't go. It didn't go. It went, it didn't go. Alright? Now, I hope you can see that. So, let's look at the questions now. So, I want you to look at the questions here on this side. The questions for the same statements here. Questions. Alright? Now, if I say, I played, now the question will be, did I play? Okay. We started. Did we start? Did we start? All right. You watched. Did you watch? Did you watch? It's the question. They are. Did they have? Did they have? All right. He saw. Did he see? He saw. Did he see? She did. Did she do? Did she do? It went. Did it go? So you see, in the questions, the verbs must also be in their infinitive form. All right? That's what you should understand. Okay? Yeah. And also remember that the short form of, or the long form of I didn't play is I did not play, we did not start, you did not watch, they did not have. We use the negative, the short forms, mostly in what you call the spoken communication. All right? So, that is what I wanted you to understand in this video for today, and that is the rule. Whenever you form a question in the past, the verb must always be in its infinitive form. The same case if you form a negative, or if you express yourself in the negative way. All right, so that is that. I would also like us to look at something else. That is the past continuous, I was doing. All right, so I hope you can see that. That's the end of that. Past simple questions and negatives. So we're going to look at something else here. That is, I was doing, the past continuous. I was doing. That's past continuous. I was doing. Past continuous. Like that. As you can see, I was doing, the past continuous. All right. Now, we use the past continuous to say that an action was happening, or something was happening continuously. All right. Now, for example, listen to this sentence. It's 6 o'clock now. Paul is at home. He is watching television. He is watching, that's now. At 4 o'clock, he wasn't at home. That's yesterday. He was at the sports club. He was swimming in the pool. He was swimming in the pool. What was he doing? He was swimming, meaning that at that time, the action was continuous. The action was happening at that time. So he wasn't watching television. He wasn't, or he was not, watching television. So at that time, the action of watching television was not continuous. So we use the past continuous to say that an action started, and then at the time of speaking, the action was still happening. It had not yet finished. Okay? So for example, you say, I was doing. The negative is I wasn't doing. And the question is, was I doing? He was watching. The negative is he wasn't watching. So look at this. Positive, negative, and then the questions. All right. So he was swimming. That's positive. He was swimming. Negative. He wasn't swimming. He wasn't swimming. And the question, was he swimming? So for questions, we begin with the auxiliary. Was he swimming? Was he swimming? All right. Okay. When I say she was watching a movie, she was watching. Okay. Now the negative is she wasn't. She wasn't watching. She wasn't watching. And the question is, was she? Was she watching? Was she watching? Okay. She was watching. She wasn't watching. Was she watching? That's negative. Now, listen to these more examples. I was playing. The negative is I wasn't playing. And the question is, was I playing? Alright? So, if for example somebody asks you, what were you doing at 11 o'clock? Were you working? That's the question. What were you doing? What did he say? I don't know. I wasn't listening at that time. Okay? In 2009, we were living in Canada. That was an action that was continuous at that time. Alright? I woke up early yesterday. It was a beautiful morning. The sun was shining and the birds were singing. The sun was shining and the birds were singing. So, I would like you to also look at the spellings. For example, for those verbs that end with V, E, yeah? To change it into the continuous form, you drop the E and add ing, living, making. Now for those verbs that end with, for example, two vowels, I and E, yeah, tie, spy, like this, sorry, this one is not a manual. Or maybe die, yeah, what do? You drop the vowels and replace it with y-i-n-g, tie, die, that's the spelling. Alright, so that's how we spell that, like that, the spellings. And for those that end with a consonant, and the consonant followed by a vowel like this, run, you double the consonant. Running. So you double N. Stopping, like that. Okay? And then, yeah, so that is what I wanted you to understand for today. Thank you very much for that. We shall continue from there. Goodbye.